Hello, everyone. I am Kate. I'm also known as the Daily Tarot Girl. And welcome to my channel and welcome to this interview. I've got a very special guest. I have Pamela Chen. And Pamela is an Akashic teacher and a business and manifestation coach. She's also an author and a deck creator. So you've probably seen her decks. She has many decks. The Crystal Unicorn Tarot, I believe that was your first deck, right?
Yes, self-published.
Yeah, and then also the Tarot of Owls and many other magical decks and books. So welcome, Pamela. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you, Kate, and hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
Hello, Jessica. I see Jessica's here. Yay. Okay. So Pamela and I are both teachers in Tarot Summer School. So Tarot Summer School is 12 different tarot teachers. We've all created courses, and you can get a season's pass and get all the courses, or you can pick and choose and just buy courses individually. So both Pamela and I are teachers in Tarot Summer School this year. And Pamela, you have a course on, it's called Unlocking Tarot Soul Gifts, which I'm going to ask you some questions about. But first, I want to ask you, have you always been kind of woo-woo? Has this been something you've always been into, or did you discover this side of life later on?
Yeah, so growing up, my family, I'm from Taiwan originally. I was born there, and they're, Buddhist. So I knew that there were spirit or, ghosts and blessings and miracles that could happen, and gods and goddesses. And so that was very open, but I was never in one religion or one tradition. And when I was about 16, and I went to the bookstore and I was like, oh, witchcraft. And so that's when I got Silver Raven Wolf, I think it was to write a Silver Broomstick. And I remember getting that book, and that's how I got in. But I didn't really do anything with it, because this is back in the early 2000s or late 1990s. And when you read a book, sometimes you don't know how to apply it. Right. And so it's really hard for me. There was no Instagram. There was no YouTube now. There was no online stuff. And so I just kind of fell out of it. And even with tarot, I remember buying my first deck, which I don't even remember what my first deck was, but it was too hard. It was too hard for me to understand that I put it away. And magic really awakened for me. And that's why I teach a lot about money, magic, because that was like the main thing I was focusing on, because I was really poor. I moved out at the age of 16, and something happened to my car and I needed money. And I had a mentor then, actually, it was my psychic. And she's like, why don't we do a money spell? And so I was like, oh, you can use magic to manifest things? I guess I thought it was just maybe like a devotional practice, And so I was like, yeah, and we did it. And the almost exact amount came in the mail a week later. And so that awakened me. I don't know if you all remember your awakening. And I was sold. I was like, magic works. And that's how I really began studying magic and manifestation. But I didn't feel energy. I didn't know what that meant until I moved to Las Vegas, and I was maybe 20 years old at that time. And I went to a holistic fair, and all the ladies were by this crystal bracelet set up, and they were like, it feels so good. So I went and I grabbed a bracelet, and I remember I was like, I can't feel anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at that same holistic fair, I found my first energetic mentor, who was my Reiki master's teacher and psychic development teacher. So everything that I do right now or know, I believe it was from the studying. I never had like a big awakening or anything. It was just studying and learning from other mentors and teachers and really applying that in my life.
So when did you feel the energy in crystals?
Oh, it was after my Reiki certification. And that's why my business partner, Alex, and I are so big about it, because we're like, Reiki is like the gateway into energetics.
It really is. I did Reiki training ages ago, and it was kind of around the exact same time that I discovered tarot and started getting into tarot, and it really awakened something in me, and I was suddenly sensitive to energy. But I remember after my first level training, I wasn't all, I was sort of sensitive to crystals when I touched them, but not super sensitive. But I just remember this one woman in the class who was so sensitive, and she was always like, "Oh, I can't sit next to this crystal. It's too much. It's too much." And I'm like, "What?" Because I like wasn't that sensitive, and like now I'm like, "Oh, I get it."
You're exactly like me. I mean, so Alex and I certify in what we call Awaken Bliss codes. It's a multidimensional energy technology, but it is a bigger energy than Reiki. And so we certify people through Reiki first. So they have the foundations because it's such a worldwide energetic modality already. And it's really supportive and it's gentle and it's easy and miracles can happen. And so receiving that, I feel like for a lot of people, we're able to open up their energy channels.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to talk to you about the Akashic Records, because I know that's something that you talked about with your course. It's something you've kind of incorporated a little bit into your course. And I don't have a lot of experience with Akashic Record. I've had an Akashic Record reading from someone,
Mm-hmm.
and I've done Akashic Record meditations.
Okay.
And I've always find it interesting, but it always feels like I'm just making it up when I do the meditations. It feels like I'm like, is this real? Am I actually experiencing this, or is this just my imagination? So like, how do you know when you're in the Akashic Records versus just imagining things?
Right. So I do train our students in the Akashic Records, and the way that I take everybody up, whether you're our student or you're, working with us in a group or one-on-one, I actually go up a way where you access the theta brainwave. So it's the brainwave right before you fall asleep. And It's the most powerful for manifesting and creating. And a lot of people will feel their eyes flutter. I don't know, some Akashic people, Akashic teachers do take people, and it does access that, but not all the time. But through, if you do work with me, you'll feel it flutter and you'll know that you're in there. And group adventures are really fun, group journeys, because when everybody shares, you'll be like, I saw that too. So it's like a confirmation, there's no way. And if you land in, so I was actually taught by Prana Fleming. She was my first Akashic mentor. She passed now, but she had said that, we all land in the Akashic courtyard first. Usually that's how we journey. And there's like pillars or tall trees and stuff there. And so most of the time, if you see that, if you're in the Akashic courtyard, you know that you're in the Akashic Records. There's certain architectures or there's certain things in the Akashic Records that everybody just sees.
Right? Wow. That's interesting.
Consciousness. Yeah. And so the way that I take you up to the records and the way that we share with our students, it's for these confirmations to be there, like an anchoring point. Right. And so that can happen. Or most of the time it is like, am I making it up? And I think it's through practice, also knowing magic and energetics, right? It's the same thing. Through practice and devotion, you start figuring out and to trust yourself.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to read some of the comments here. Are you able to see the comments, Pamela?
No. Is there a way that I can do that? Oh, maybe here.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Hi.
Okay. All right. Hello, Brittany, Nadine. All right. Okay, so Jessica, you said, I've been watching your new class, Kate, and I'm loving it so far. Thank you. Yay. And you've got the pass, so you're going to check out Pamela's too. Yeah. So Pamela, tell us a little bit about your Tarot Summer School course, because I want to hear about it.
So I feel like there are teachers that are already teaching about tarot, and you could probably find that in a lot of places and amazing books that were written on tarot. And so I wanted to do something different because I noticed that a lot of my colleagues or students, they know tarot logically and they know how to read tarot, but what's stopping them is the confidence, like kind of like what you said about the Akashic Records. They don't know if they're doing it right, and they're a little bit worried about that, so it stops them from sharing that magic or trusting in their cards. And so with the class, the session that I shared in Tarot Summer School. It's to activate that knowing, activate the soul gifts of when in the past lives you held the magic, the oracle magic of being already able to read tarot and have psychic abilities. Then what we're doing is we're just bringing that into this lifetime, and so that you instantly recognize, like, oh, this is familiar. And when we're comfortable and familiar with things, then that allows our confidence to grow.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, great. So I'm going to put a link. Actually, I'll put it in the chat, a link to your course for people who want to check it
Thank you.
out. Yeah. And if you're watching the replay of this, I'll also put it just below the video.
Yeah.
All right. So how long have you been reading tarot?
I think it was one of the first things that I did. So I think this was maybe 2006. I started doing Reiki and, all this stuff. And I was healing just for my friends and coworkers. And I think tarot came around at the same time, maybe 2007, 2008 was when I got introduced to it. And I was doing readings and healings, sometimes together. And that's how I started. And it wasn't until, and then from there, I think I was always trying to build an online business. And, I was actually a dealer at the Las Vegas casino for 15 years. Yeah.
Oh,
wow. And on the side, I was doing, just like readings and healings for my friends and a few clients there, nothing too big. And it wasn't until 2018 when I launched my first tarot deck, Crystal Unicorn Tarot. And that just like popped off. And, and then my online business just shot up. I was doing crystal magic. I was actually teaching other people how to work with crystal magic, and it just kind of evolved from there to where I am now, where I got to quit my 4 jobs and be doing this full time.
Nice. That's beautiful. Yeah. So, what is your favorite deck that you've created?
Oh, that's so hard. I would say, I would say it is the owls. I feel like the owls was really easy to create. Elizabeth Elba is an amazing artist, and I actually have an owl tattoo.
Ooh.
And this was way before, and I just had a connection with owls, and it just hit me one day. I was like, why isn't there a tarot deck of owls, right? And the whole proposal and all of the 78 card descriptions, I actually downloaded in 3 days. So I wrote it just came really fast. And normally it doesn't go that fast for card creation. So I think this was like definitely, a big soul deck for me.
Yeah. I find that my projects and my workshops that are the most successful are the ones that I created the quickest.
Yes.
Like where you just like get the idea and you create it in like a couple days. Those are the ones that have been the most popular and the best.
Yes. I know that the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, though, that was actually something I wanted because there was no Unicorn Tarot at that time, like early 2000s, And so I created something for me, and my mentor at that time just said, "Hey, you need to sell this. This would be for everybody." And so I self-published without the intention of wanting to be a deck creator. And I mean, it sounded fun, but I didn't think I could do it because I wasn't a writer. I wasn't anything. And then it just kind of led to this whole path. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's cool. Okay. So I'm just going to look and see if there's any questions in the chat. So for those of you who are here live, feel free to ask Pamela or me any questions that you might have for us. And are you ready to move into doing readings?
Sure, let's do that. Yeah,
okay. So I'm just going to look at the comments because I might have missed one or two. Let's see. All right. So, let's dive into doing readings. So you're going to be reading with the Tarot of the Owls?
Yes, I will.
Okay. I love the backs. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that.
I actually didn't know what the back was going to be, and I just let Elizabeth do whatever she wanted.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like it. That's gorgeous. I've got the This Might Hurt tarot deck. So this is the one
Oh, fun.
Yeah. You know this deck?
Yes, I've seen it before. I don't have it yet, but I've seen it, yes.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. So that's what I'm going to use. So if you want us to pull a card for you, I'm thinking what we can do is we can take turns doing readings. So
Okay.
I can start. I'll do the first card. Then you can pull, and you can just pick whoever you want to read for. I don't do it in order necessarily. I just kind of glance and pick someone randomly, but you can do whatever you like. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for, let's see, Meredith, because Meredith is the first person who asked. So I'm going to, okay, so Meredith, you said, I'd love a card reading. What is influencing me the most right now? All right, so I'm going to give my cards a shuffle here. Just realized I didn't pre-shuffle my cards before, so I'll give them a good shuffle here. All right, so what is influencing Meredith the most right now? All right, so the card you got, Meredith, is the Hanged Man. Ooh. So a powerful major arcana card. And the Hanged Man is about kind of sort of being forced to move inward and being forced to, how I like to see it is sometimes if we don't have control over the things outside of us, then it's time to kind of move inward and start to work with some of those inner things like your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, perspectives, your energy, the things that you do have control over. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with the Hanged Man, is that it's kind of time to move inward and to not focus too much on changing some of the outer things. Sometimes it's more powerful to change some inner things, and then that kind of has this ripple effect in changing some of those outer things without you necessarily trying. So that's what I'm getting from the Hanged Man. Yeah, so thanks, Meredith, for letting me pull a card for you.
Wow. Okay, I'll just go down so I remember, but I'll do Jessica. Yeah. So she said, I love to do a reading regarding career. So I'm going to ask owls. Career. Ooh, okay. So what I wanted to put 3 cards for you. So first I got the Lovers card. So it sounded like this is like a perfect match career of whatever career you're in already in now, or whatever career you were thinking of. So this is like your already energy. It is a perfect match. It's actually a destined match. So that means no matter if you are leaving later, it is where you're supposed to be at first. And then, sorry, my card's a little messed up because I use it a lot, but you do have the Judgment card. And so what I'm receiving is show up as the person that you want everyone to see and feel you as, because how you judge yourself is going to be how they see and be around you. And so if you do have thoughts of, oh, maybe I'm not good at this, or maybe if you have thoughts like, oh, I'm great at this, like I'm an expert, I'm a pro in what I am doing, then that's the reaction and the energy that you're going to receive back. So walk in, be the part, dress the part, okay, wherever you are. And I got King of Cups. And so I do think that the environment feels really nice about your career, and it could be related to this one, or if you're thinking of another one, it might be that, but this is like your future, and that you are going to be in some kind of leadership position. And so there is a promotional, or you could be promoted. Yeah. Thank you, Jessica.
Hey, nice. I like how you just read 3 cards with ease. That was really impressive. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for Britney. All right. Oh, and actually I can show them. I forgot I can show the questions on my screen.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Can I get a general reading? Yes. All right. Okay, so Britney, your card is Page of Swords. All right. Okay, so Page of Swords. This card can come up when you're trying to get a sense of you're trying to get your bearings, you're trying to get a sense of like firm footing on ground that keeps shifting, and it feels like everything is changing and moving and swirling around you, and you're just trying to get a sense of stability and groundedness. So that's what I'm getting from the Page of Swords. So actually, I'm going to draw another card because I feel like that's just kind of saying sort of where you're at. And then the thing that will help you, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. This is great. I love it when the cards messages are like super clear and concise. So the Wheel of Fortune, and if actually I'll show you the card here. If you look at it, there's rain in this quadrant, there's wind here, we've got fire here, earth here. We have all the four elements. And the wheel represents the four elements and also the four seasons. And the gist of the Wheel of Fortune is that life and the world goes round and around and around. Life is always in flux. Things are always changing and shifting. Nothing stays the same forever. And so if you think about being on like a Ferris wheel. If you're affixing yourself to the outer edges of that wheel, you're going to feel that round and around motion much more intensely than if you were to sit in the center of that wheel. If you were sitting in the center, you get to observe the wheel going around and around, but you're not being pulled up and then being pulled down again. It's not as intense. So the thing that's going to help you navigate this time of feeling like the Page of Swords is getting centered, centering yourself. So ways to center yourself. Grounding is a big one. So kind of experimenting with different grounding techniques to find one that works for you. I like to visualize. Like, not everyone is visual. Some people, visualization doesn't work that well for everyone, but I like to visualize myself being like a tree, like an energetic tree, and I just like send my roots down into the ground. You can do something physical too to ground yourself. Like, you can put your hands on the earth, or like go outside and put your bare feet on the grass, something like that. But working with different grounding techniques and taking like a few breaths to just center yourself and just be in the moment, just checking in with your five senses, paying attention to what each sense is picking up. That's going to bring you right into the present moment, right into your body, right into the now. And that's going to have an instantaneous centering effect. And so just kind of those little simple techniques, using those kind of throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, that's really going to help you as you navigate this time of like change, where, because it feels like things are changing, things are moving, the energies are shifting around you, and you need to center yourself so that you can move through those times with ease. Yeah. Thank you.
What a powerful reading there. Wow.
Yeah.
So the other Pamela really stood out to me.
Okay.
Is it time for me to move?
Okay. Is it time for me to move? All right.
I'm going to ask what's going to happen if you move within the next 3 to 4 months. That's what. Ooh, okay, good. We don't move. Okay, so even when I was looking at you, your question, I received that the best time would be moving is actually October, and to move now is really good. You got the Four of Wands. So building new foundations, and I see you celebrating and gathering. And so I do think now is a good time for you to move. And I do believe that the new place that you will find is going to be really easy. And it might even come from a male. And so someone with a male energy who maybe is like a realtor or a friend or something. And I am getting the name Tom or Bob. I know those are really common, but they might be like a friend of a friend or something like that. And if you don't move now, I think it's okay too, but you might feel like you need to, and there's like a sense of I have to move. And so they just said, why don't you just move? So yes to the moving, got really good energies with it, especially sometime in October.
Cool. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a reading for Tammy. Oops. All right. A general reading, whatever I need to know. Okay. How do you feel about general readings versus specific questions? I was talking to someone the other day and they're like, I hate doing general readings. I hate it when the person I'm reading for doesn't have a question. I'm like, I actually love doing general readings. How do you feel about it?
Oh, so so sometimes with our like private clients, we move through so much things they don't know what else to do. And so they're just like anything that you can give me, right? And so I think it's really it actually happened this morning because we moved through so much stuff and I didn't think there could be anything. And then through the reading, it was like this epic change in her business, like changing the entire brand and name. And we didn't think it would get there. And so
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like the general readings can allow spirit or the guides to bring in what we're supposed to know that we don't know consciously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, Tammy, what do you need to know? Seven of Pentacles. All right. So, Seven of Pentacles is all about patience. This card is saying, be patient, don't be in a rush, and enjoy the process. Don't be in a rush to get results. With whatever it is that you're working on, really enjoy the whole process. Enjoy the journey. And know that when you put effort into something, changes are happening. You may not be aware of it. So I like to use the analogy of like planting a seed, and that seed kind of takes root and starts to grow. And it's a little while before, the little shoot comes up through the soil and starts to turn into something. But there's all these changes happening under the surface that you're not going to be aware of for a little while. And so sometimes when we're putting our love and attention into something, or we're trying to manifest something, we're trying to shift something, and it will feel like we're banging our heads against the wall and we're not getting we're a huge squirrel just like ran by my window with this big thing of like three nuts and so what was I saying? Yeah, sometimes we can be putting effort into something and it feels like, oh, nothing's happening, I'm not getting results. But often those results are happening, they're just under the surface. So you just kind of have to be patient. So that's the message I get with the Seven of Pentacles is whatever it is that you're working on or focused on or something you're wanting to change, be as patient as you could be and really like settle in and just really enjoy the process. Enjoy the journey of getting from point A to point B.
Wow. I love this. We don't have squirrels in Vegas, or not that I see in the desert.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
you're in Las Vegas, hey?
I am. Yeah. So whenever I go to
Okay.
new places, I'm just like, squirrel, chipmunk.
What kind of animals are in Vegas?
You know what? I've seen a roadrunner and they're crazy looking. We have a lot of hummingbirds that visit us here in our garden, and I have chickens. So bunnies, lots of bunnies. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah, I see Angelina, and I actually wanted to use the Catacorn Tarot for you, like a really fun energy, but I don't have the deck with me. So I don't know where it went, but just keep in mind that that was coming up for you. It's like a really cute pastel deck. All right, so Angelina, general reading. Okay. Ooh, King of Pentacles. So for me, the King of Pentacles is like the entrepreneur card, or maybe a business, or just being really knowledgeable or wise in what you are doing for your money. So it could also be career also, or some kind of investment. And I think this is something big is coming into your life that perhaps you have a chance to either invest in yourself to grow big, or have invest in something that will grow into something really, really nice. Or maybe I have a feeling you already know what it is, and it's like you're in the middle, like in the process of, and this is just going to get better and better for you by the end of the year.
Nice. Okay. All right. Oh, I like this one. Okay. Lois, how can I react to aging more gracefully? All right.
That's a nice one.
Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for you, Lois. Justice. All right. Interesting. I wasn't expecting to see justice. I feel like that every time I get justice, I'm always like, what? I'm always like surprised to see justice for some reason. All right. So, justice, okay, for one thing, Lady Justice is super wise. And I think of her as ageless in a way, but she has this wisdom and this discernment. So I think one way to react to aging more gracefully is focusing on the good parts of aging, like increased wisdom, your increased ability to be more discerning. Now, I don't consider myself, I'm not that old yet, but I'm in my 40s. And so I noticed that in my short journey so far, I've noticed that the older I get, the better I get at discerning things and just looking at a situation and seeing through some bullshit. And that's what Lady Justice is all about. She looks at things and she can just cut through the BS. She sees things as they are. She knows when people are putting on airs or wearing masks. And I'm just going to go out on a limb, Lois, and suggest, make the assumption that you are similar to Lady Justice in this way, is that you've attained a certain amount of wisdom and discernment over your lifetime, and really honoring that, celebrating that, focusing on that can kind of take the sting out of some of the more negative aspects of getting older and aging. A couple of things I notice. The first thing I notice is the scales. And to me, that is a symbol of balance. And so I think as you are aging, balance becomes more important, not doing things in an extreme way. And now I'm kind of thinking of the temperance card and how temperance is all about kind of being temperate and walking that middle path. And oh, it looks like I'm frozen.
No, you're good on my side.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, it's just my weird computer. Okay. So Justice is saying prioritize balance in your life right now. And then the other symbol that I notice is that big sword that she's holding. And to me, that is a symbol of being able to cut away the stuff that no longer serves you. Think about pruning, like going out into the garden in the autumn and like pruning away all the dead branches, kind of getting rid of the clutter, getting rid of the red tape, all the distractions and the things that kind of keep you stuck. That's the other aspect to Lady Justice. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense, Lois. Hopefully that resonated. And thank you so much. My computer is still frozen. Gosh. But you say
you're pretty smooth on my end. I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And, I actually immediately got the same thing as you did about the cutting away in the scales. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
See, Pamela had a follow up. Will the right time come around? Again, you got the stars, so it will. Don't worry. It will be a good time. Okay, let's see. I'm going to did we do Jenny, Gypsy CT yet? Not yet, huh?
Nope, I don't think so. My computer has like totally locked up.
I can see you.
Okay, so yeah, I can't do anything. It's like totally locked up, and even like the live stream looks like it's frozen. So I don't know if people are able to even, if it's like not working. I don't know. Yeah, everything's just stuck.
The chats are still coming in.
Okay, good. Okay. So for whatever reason, I can't remove Lois's question.
I removed it for you, I think. I think I was able
Oh, really? Okay, good,
or
good.
maybe you did. You did it, and then you put it back now.
Oh, really?
You had it removed. It was removed. I thought I did it because I can't.
Okay. I don't know what's happening. My whole like screen is just like locked up.
Oh, there. It worked. It worked. It's off.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to put Jenny's up. Okay.
Yeah.
Jenny. Did that work?
Yes, it worked.
Oh,
it's great.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Jenny got pop jumper. Jenny, you got 2 jumper. Okay, I would love a card. All right. Wow, interesting. You got 2 swords cards. So this one came out first. It's the 6 of Swords. And so it maybe feels like, and it seems to me that you might be moving away from a lot of I want to say mindset stuff, or maybe people who are more negative in your life and you actually just cut them out recently. I want to say the beginning of this month or the ending of last month, and you've been slowly moving away from them. And I think that's a great idea. Move to calmer waters, right? And so, okay. And then the 2 of Swords is that maybe you still have a decision, or maybe you need to be certain in your decision to do so. Because just from what's happening right now, ever since 8/8 Lionsgate, the Ascension timeline split from the other timeline. And so if you want to keep moving spiritually and your evolution, and then you do need to make the decision to release some, I guess you could say, the environment or the people that no longer serves you, that's not holding you up, that's not supporting you. And so maybe this is a decision, the 2 of Swords, that you'd have to make, right? Like decide now. So whatever it is that you have to decide, they want you to do it. Yeah. Can you read the comments? Do you want me to read one for you?
I'm good now. My computer
great.
unfroze.
Okay.
I'm all good. Thank God. Okay. So let's talk about the Lionsgate portal, because I was hearing all this stuff about, the Lionsgate portal, oh, this is happening, and everyone says something different. Some people are like, we're getting blasted with all this solar energy and et cetera, et cetera. And you just said something about the Lionsgate portal, and I missed it because I was reading the comments. What is the gist of the Lionsgate portal?
All right, so there's like the public knowledge, and do you want the secret knowledge too?
Yes.
Secret knowledge. So the Lionsgate portal for the public and the collective consciousness is that so it starts before 8/8, but the 8/8 is like the highest, the rising, when the lion, the zodiac Leo, is in alignment with the star Sirius and with Earth and the sun. And this is when powerful manifestations can happen. And so it's the 8/8 lion because of the Leo, Lionsgate. And we literally go through the portal. And so during this time, we release a lot of things, and also we're able to gain a lot of things. Okay. And so that is the collective consciousness. But what's really happening is, because myself and my business partner, we work with Vedic astrology. So Vedic astrology is Eastern astrology. Western astrology was a system that was developed 2,000 years ago. And they did not account for the wobble of the Earth axis on purpose, because they wanted the astrology to align with the equinoxes, right? Like Beltane and all that, right? And so they did not account for that. But since 2,000 years ago, the Earth has moved. And so if you use a telescope to look up in the sky, and if you use your star app, we are not in Leo. We're actually aligned to Cancer. So it's a whole sign off. So Vedic astrology is written 5,000 years ago, and it has taken account, the calculations is with with all the baubles and everything. And so we do follow both, because I think they're important. And so Lionsgate is actually Crab's Gate. And so we have the feminine flow. But since the Western astrology got really popular, in the magazines, remember, they have your sun signs. So that got really popular, and the collective energy and consciousness is around Lionsgate. We also like to use that energy, because it's already created. It's already anchored in. And so we actually took our clients to Mount Shasta for Lionsgate. And before getting there, I was receiving messages that this Lionsgate was really, really important, because there is an ascension timeline to what we call like the new Earth. So we're rising up to like the golden age. That's going to take thousands of years, but we're rising up to the golden age. And then there's also another timeline that is a little bit more challenging, but people do choose that timeline because their soul wants to experience karmas again that they didn't learn. Okay.
All right.
So we see a lot of polarity right now, right? The right side, the left side, this side, this side. And so this is happening because we are, to create unity, to remember unity, we have to have polarity so that we can remember. This is like also the laws of the universe and Kabbalah. And so what happens is the split between that ascension timeline and the light workers and the light leaders and the mystics, we've been kind of carrying the people on the other timeline to help them. But what happened in this Lionsgate is that there was a distinct split, and that 8-8 ascension timeline became more crystallized. So have you all noticed that you're able to maybe see or feel like your guides or the untangible more? Because okay. So we're in the three-dimensional realm, which is, the cards, our phones. It's very three-dimensional, very dense. So if you remember, maybe 10 to 15 years ago, it was even more denser. I don't know if you felt energies at the time, you'll kind of know. And then now it's become lighter and lighter. So we're accessing these higher dimensions like Atlantis, like Lemuria, like the Mayans, how all these civilizations just disappeared. They didn't really disappear. They just went into a higher dimension. And so that is the ascension goal for our humanity. That's our goal, basically, to ascend and create this harmonious new earth. And that's the, what we believe, what the dharmic path of why we're here, to help humanity and the earth ascend. And so if you're here, you're probably on the same timeline because I'm here. So we're on this timeline.
I hope so. I had this experience where, so over the weekend, I went to a dance festival.
Oh,
and it was really special, and the weather was beautiful, and it was, do they have a dance temple where you are? Is that a thing?
No, but we've been working with Shiva, and Shiva is like the cosmic dancer. So we actually been dancing at our retreat.
Okay. So dance temple is this big thing where I live in Canada. And so this was a festival, dance temple festival that I went to. And it was so special because we were all like dancing outside, and the moon on Friday night rose, and it just looked incredible. Like it was like all covered in like mist, and it came up, and it was just stunning. And we were all just like looking at the full moon rising as we were dancing. It's really cool. But everyone was saying things like, oh, I can feel the energy, and like something's shifting, and like the energy, I can feel it. And I was like, I can't feel it. I can't feel anything. Like, I think it's cool. There's a full moon. I'm dancing. I'm liking the music, but like, I don't feel the energy. And like, when you were talking about feeling like things are lighter, you're the more intangible things are becoming more tangible, etc. I'm like, oh, I feel the opposite right now. And almost like I feel a little bit cranky and bitchy too. And like,
yes, no, that's okay. So that's like before the release, right?
Okay.
Because things are coming up for us so that we don't take it there. And so it's ending now, but if it started in July, that's because at that time, the Sirius gate, so the Sirius constellation, there is a Sirius gate. It actually opened. And what was happening is usually at this time, so usually we have this energetic boundary that kind of protects us from the entire light from shining down at us from the cosmos. When it's too bright, you have to cover your eyes, so there's darkness. So during this time, and I think it's over now, but it was happening, and you're probably releasing. So what happened was, at this time, that energetic boundary disappeared because of Sirius Gate. So we were receiving all of the light, all of the wisdom. So light just means wisdom to me. It doesn't mean light and dark is good or bad, because you need both. And so everything was coming in, and it might have been too bright so that we had to like cover it. And you feel like you're in the shadows, you feel like you're in the darkness. But it's just a time for the recreation, the rebirth. So even for me last night, I'm a pretty positive person, but last night even I was like worried, anxious, and I didn't know what I was anxious about. And so you just use the tools and the skills that you learn from online, maybe mentors, that allows you to move past that, to surrender. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm on track. I'm okay. I haven't,
You
I
are,
haven't,
you're
chosen,
amazing.
I
Yeah.
haven't chosen the shitty timeline. That's what you're
No,
telling
I
me.
don't think so. Not at all. It's not that you have to know energy. It's not even that you have to be chanting every day or anything like that, because
Mhm.
we do feel and see other people, like our friends and family, move on this timeline. I think it's like a soul consciousness thing. Like, even though they're not doing magic, they're not doing any of the energy work,
Mhm.
their soul knows that it's, they're ascending. And then if they're by people who are doing the work, then it kind of allows them to move up with them.
All right. Okay. Good to know. That was really interesting. That was so interesting. You know a lot of stuff. Cool.
I might be freezing now. I feel like maybe too much Lionsgate energy coming in. Can everybody see me? Yeah. No, all of you are not on the crappy timeline though. I promise. Yeah. Oh, Kate is frozen. Okay, Kate is frozen. Yes. Oh, wow. Level 188 training. That is powerful. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're all, and it might take, I think it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks of integration, of really shifting into this timeline. But it was really cool because we held, a 4-day ritual at Mount Shasta. Oh, it's only me. I'll tell you a little bit more about it then until Kate comes back. And Mount Shasta is the most powerful sacred site in the USA that I believe. I think it was even more powerful than Sedona. Yeah, she got knocked out. Yeah. And so what happened was, something chaotic happened, and we actually had a big breakdown, right? There's a breakdown before the breakthrough, kind of like what Kate said. She feels really dense. So there was a big breakdown at our retreat on the last day. And then, we processed it, we surrendered. And on the drive back, my business partner and I, Alex, we literally saw our timeline shifting, like the reality shifting. Like, it was crazy. We just thought we were tired. I don't know, but we saw like things shifting. Yeah. So it was really, really crazy. Marley, readings from the tarot deck. Okay. Yes. Let's do that until, oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Thanks for holding down the fort.
Yeah. Yeah.
My internet connection dropped, but I'm back now.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Kate was deleting the shitty timeline.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you saying something? I kind of
No, I was just gonna, they were like, more owl readings. And I was like, okay, I could do it before she comes back. But then you pop back. So maybe later.
Okay. Yes, go draw a card for someone. Go for it.
Okay. Did we do Marley yet? Because Marley did ask.
Okay, Marley, reading from Owl Deck, please. Okay.
Highest self towards financial freedom. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, coming through. Guidance. Yeah, guidance, higher self, financial freedom. Oh, it's really funny. Your higher self is like, you already know what you're supposed to do, but we will do. Wow. So the world and 6 of Cups. So immediately, from the ancient text of the Vedas that was written over 5,000 years ago, one of the most powerful, abundant things that you can do is donation and giving back. And so this to me is that energy. And it doesn't have to be money. It could be time. It could be helping others. But for us, we like to give back at least like 10%. So if you get $10, maybe you can donate like $1. And it would just be something that you're really connected with. Like, for me, water is a really weird thing for me. Like, I need water and I need good water. And so I donate to water charities. And I don't want kids, and I don't have kids. So that's kind of missing in my chart. And so I also donate to kids because of that. And so you can see what resonates with you. And I donate to owls because they have helped me a lot. And so, Marley, you might want to donate to Owl Sanctuary. There's a lot out there. and financial freedom. I feel like this is something that you can, I do see 3 streams of income coming towards you for that. So it's not the one that you think, it's not like this is going to bring it for me, but I feel like it's more than one that's coming in for you. And it's going to, it's going to be building for a little bit, but I think it can happen faster than you think. Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right. I'm going to pull a card for... okay. So this is just a general question, not for a reading, but I'd like to ask both of you, do you have a favorite 2-card combination?
Oh.
Yeah, so I love it because I think that for every major arcana card in the tarot, there's like a corresponding minor arcana card. Like, now I can't think of a single example. I had this the other day when I was doing a reading. There was so many interesting card combinations. So like the Fool.
Yeah.
The Fool and like the Aces, right? Would be one kind of obvious one. Or like the Lovers and the 2 of Cups. So I like those kinds of combos when you get kind of a major and a minor arcana that are sort of saying the same thing.
So I mean, obviously we all have our favorite cards. So, you know, I like the Chariot, the Star, the Sun. I think those are my like really powerful cards. And then it's funny you were talking about the Aces because I do like it paired with something new. Because I guess I like creating stuff a lot or new things. And so like if it's like Ace of Cups and the Star, I'll be like, wow, this is amazing. This is going to be amazing. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for... ooh, this one's juicy. Okay, so Shannon, what's a relationship reading? I've been stuck and confused for 2 years. Okay. So the card I have for you is 7 of Cups. Okay. So 7 of Cups is all about choice, and it does show someone who is kind of stuck and confused. So the woman in this card, the girl in this card is like kind of stunned at all the different kind of possible options that are there and kind of stuck in indecision, which it sounds like that's where you're sort of stuck in indecision, unable to move forward. So the 7 of Cups is a reminder that you have choices, you have options. And sometimes we need to hear that when we're feeling stuck, when we're feeling confused. You do have choices, you do have options. 7 of Cups is urging you to make some sort of choice to move yourself forward. And sometimes when it comes to taking action and making a decision and doing something, we can overthink it and think, oh, but what if this isn't the right action? And the 7 of Cups is saying you just need something to get the energy unstuck. You need to create some kind of momentum. And so any kind of little action, it's almost like all the different actions you can take you're going to end up in the same place anyway. So don't overthink it. Don't let that make you stuck in this relationship. You need to do something to get unstuck. You need to take some sort of action. I'm going to draw another card for you because I feel like this card didn't totally answer your question. Oh, we have the Devil. Okay. So the Devil is, again, it's a card of feeling stuck, feeling like you've given your power away to something. And the people on this card, and I'm going to show it to you again. So the people on this card have handcuffs on, red handcuffs, and they're all drinking and carousing and whatnot. But it's really a card of addiction and being addicted to things and kind of being stuck in certain cycles and habits and not totally realizing it. So I feel like the relationship issues that you're experiencing, one of the biggest challenges for you is getting yourself unstuck and bringing some awareness to the situation and kind of seeing things as they are, seeing things more clearly, and noticing your own unhelpful patterns and habits and starting to do things differently. So sometimes just changing a behavior or a pattern, even in a small way within a relationship, can really shift the dynamics in a big way. So that's kind of the invitation of the devil, I think, is look at what habits do you have within your relationship? What habits, what patterns are you noticing within yourself? And how can you do things a little bit differently? And then see what happens, because that will kind of shift the dynamic. And that might provide you more momentum or more information that will help you make the next step and decide what to do moving forward. So hopefully that made sense. Thank you, Shannon, for letting me read for you. And good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah. All right. So Pamela, we're getting up to the hour. So do you want to do one more reading and then we can wrap up?
Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll just do the Angel Jess Tarot.
Sure.
Because I would really love a reading. Several tower moments in the past few weeks. Guidance on moving forward with career finances. Right. Okay, yes. I do see your tower moments. So I think this, the tower moments, the Three of Swords, is a lot about healing. I do think, though, that maybe not all of the healing is finished within the heart. And so these might have been experiences that were really deep that is causing maybe some mindset programming to keep bringing it up so that you're creating this in your reality, if that makes sense. What I actually would suggest for you, I don't know if you know Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian prayer. So I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. And so if you repeat that, it could help you release a lot of the stuff. So I like to do Ho'oponopono and it really calms me. And so you might want to use that. And I do see Five of Cups. So were there things that you lost? It sounded like you lost some things, or some things were spilt over and it seems like you can't get them back, or it's like it's done. And you probably know, because you are a channel, you are tarot, that there are two more cups in the back, right? And so I do believe a pair of people. So a pair of people to me might be a couple, or maybe partners or something, a pair of people. They're actually ready and willing to help you out of the situation that has come forth, has brought the experiences, and they can really move you forward. But again, I think there is a lot of programming, mindset programming, and emotions for you to let go and release first, so that you have the energetic capacity, your energetic success container. You have enough room to hold the new things that's coming to your life. So it's not, and for everybody here, I teach a lot about money, because that was a big karma for me. It's not about I need that client, I want that client, I want more money, but it's about, am I the vessel, am I the container that can hold more energy, more clients, more money? Because the energy of $10 is very different from $100,000. So if you're still feeling unsafe, if you're feeling that there's something, your life is not good and all that stuff, it's hard to hold $100,000, right? And so we do have to have practices to release, to heal, and so that we can expand and be the vessel that calls in, that holds more clients, more finances, more careers, more success. And so just, you can also affirm that I am the vessel that is holding more abundance, more prosperity, more love. Thank you, Jessica, or Jess.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Pamela. So I just want to kind of close this container by saying thank you so much for showing up, Pamela. I love the way that you read, by the way. It was an absolute joy to watch you read the cards. So thank you so much for taking the time to come on here and to share all your knowledge, your wisdom. It's been fun.
Yeah, thank you, Kate, for having me on. And I'm so excited and happy that I'm in Tarot Summer School with you. And thank you, everyone, for allowing us to do the readings and for showing up.
Yeah, and I'm just going to post a link to your course. So, because some people probably joined partway through or towards the end. So, Pamela has a course in Tarot Summer School this year, and it is called Unlocking Tarot Soul Gifts. I, for one, am super pumped about it. I'm definitely going to check out your course. So, I'm just going to put it in the chat here. All right, for those who are interested. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and yeah, I'm excited to be part of Tarot Summer School as well. I think it's such a fun, cool thing to do. And I've checked out some of the courses. I've checked out the one on tea leaf reading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool because I've never done tea leaf reading. I don't know anything about it. So I've been kind of playing around with that one. And then your course goes live next week, right?
Yes, so soon.
Yes, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone sign up for Pamela's course. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. And thanks again for being here, Pamela. And thank you everyone for coming and letting us read for you. And thank you for your questions. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. And until next time.
Thank you, Kate. Bye, everyone.